Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Fogg, and I lead investor relations for Perpetua. So Perpetua's vision is to develop one of the lowest cost open pit gold mines in the United States, provide the country with a critical mineral important for national defense and for the clean energy transition, and to restore an abandoned brownfield site. So please take a minute to review our cautionary language on slides 2 and 3. Why Perpetua Resources? Well, first, we plan to redevelop one of the largest, highest grade, long life gold projects in the United States. Our project has great economics, including a 15-year reserve life and a payback period of less than 3 years. And we have a critical mineral byproduct called antimony, positioning the Stibnite Gold Project as an emerging national strategic asset. And our project is located in one of the best mining jurisdictions in the world, and we have great community and political support. One of the many reasons we are so unique is that we'll take an area that's been abandoned after about 100 years of mining activity, and we'll use a sustainable approach to restore the environment and develop a modern mining project. Our 100% owned Stibnite Gold Project in central Idaho is unique for a number of reasons. However, we have 3 distinct competitive advantages. First, our favorable all-in sustaining cost profile positions our project in the lowest quartile of the global cost curve. Second, our mine plan, which was identified as the preferred alternative in the supplemental draft environmental impact study, is expected to deliver net environmental benefits based on the comprehensive scientific analysis that went into the study. And finally, we have the only domestic reserve of antimony in our country. So our world-class gold asset drives the economics of at Stibnite, making the site restoration and the antimony production possible. And these next few slides from our 2020 feasibility study show why this is possible. With 4.8 million ounces of reserves, our project has one of the largest gold reserves in the United States, not owned by a major producer. In total, we have 6 million ounces of M&I resources and an additional 1.2 million ounces of inferred on top of that. And not shown on this slide are the 148 million pounds of antimony reserves. We have one of the highest average gold grades for open pit gold mines, with approximately 2.2 grams per ton over the first 4 years of production and 1.4 grams per ton over the 15-year mine life. So our annual gold production will average approximately 300,000 ounces per year over that 15 years, and in those first 4 years, more than 460,000 ounces per year, which would make our project the largest producing mine in the United States outside of the Nevada Gold Mines joint venture. In terms of cost, Stibnite will be powered by the lowest carbon emissions grid in the nation. Our ability to source low-cost Idaho hydropower, combined with the low strip ratio and an antimony byproduct credit of about $70 per ounce, positions us well within the lowest quartile of the global cost curve. Life of mine all-in sustaining costs will average less than $650 per ounce, and in those early years, years 1 through 4, will be less than $450 per ounce. So using our base case $1,600 gold price, the project has an NPV greater than $1.3 billion using a 5% discount rate. And we have good leverage to higher gold prices where the NPV increases to approximately $1.9 billion at $1,850 gold and approximately $2.4 billion at $2,100 gold. And based on our current market cap, we are trading at nearly the widest discount to NAV, despite achieving significant milestones and having a clear path forward. So now I'll turn to our valuable byproduct antimony in a little more detail. Antimony has been identified as one of 50 critical minerals given the US has no primary production, and China, Russia, and Tajikistan dominate the world supply with more than 90% of global production. The US, Canada, Europe, Australia have all listed antimony as a critical mineral. Historically, antimony has been used for its properties of as a flame retardant, in strengthening alloys and making them resistant to corrosion. Today, you can find it in everything from wind and hydro turbines, tinting for solar panels, as well as in semiconductors. It's also used in munitions for the military and in an emerging low-cost liquid metal battery. Perpetua Resources is ready to be part of the solution to secure a critical mineral supply chain that is essential to both our national and economic security. In fact, our project alone could supply about 35% of annual U.S. demand for antimony over the first 6 years of production. We plan to produce an antimony concentrate at scale, but we're also evaluating opportunities to produce military-grade antimony trisulfide. In September of 2022, we were awarded 2 research grants from the U.S. Defense Logistics Agency to study the potential to produce military-grade antimony trisulfide. We are confident in our ability to meet the military specifications because historically our site supplied the War Department with about 90% of its antimony demand. And actually our site and stibnite from our site helped define the current military specifications for antimony. So we're very confident that we can do it again. In August of this year, we received an additional award of up to $15.5 million from the DoD to demonstrate a fully domestic antimony trisulfide supply chain, which will build on the bench scale study conducted under the prior research grants. So both of those awards are separate and in addition to the Defense Production Act Title III award of up to $24.8 million that we received to advance permitting and construction readiness for our project. We are proud to partner with the Department of Defense, and we continue to look for additional government funding opportunities as we move forward. So aside from munitions and military applications, Perpetua also continues to show the role that modern mining can play in solving the world's climate change challenges. I mentioned a liquid metal battery earlier. In 2021, we signed an agreement to supply a portion of our antimony for Ambree's liquid metal battery. Our agreement establishes the foundation to help facilitate the decarbonization of energy grids, and our minimum supply commitment can power over 13 gigawatt hours of energy storage. So I think this partnership directly links the restoration and responsible redevelopment of our project to achieving our nation's energy goals. Beyond strengthening the antimony supply chain resiliency, our project can provide net environmental benefits. Our project's restoration and mitigation plans provide early action for water quality and legacy feature cleanup, as well as concurrent restoration and reclamation for any new disturbance. Our design will ultimately improve water quality, restore fish passage that has been blocked for decades, and clean up legacy tailings and waste sites. So today we are closer than ever to achieving our vision following the release of the supplemental draft environmental impact statement for public comment in October of 2022. And the successful close of that comment period in January of last year. Most importantly, our proposed mine plan was identified as the preferred alternative, which is a term used by agencies to let the public know which action they are leaning towards selecting as final. Now that the public comment period is over, the U.S. Forest Service, as the lead regulator, is focused on preparing the final EIS and a draft record of decision, which we expect in Q2 of this year. And a final record of decision is anticipated in Q4 of 2024. The construction period is expected to be about 3 years, and we've already begun advancing detailed engineering related activities with the support of our new VP of Projects, who we hired in August of last year. I've mentioned a number of our recent achievements already. I would also just highlight that we were added to the Russell 2000 Index in 2023. We settled a key lawsuit with the Nez Perce tribe, and we completed a majority of the early restoration work at site in 2023. So in the next 12 months, our goal is to secure a final record of decision, and then all ancillary permits to be construction ready, which are already in progress, and we're progressing in parallel with the federal process. Despite all of our recent achievements and near-term catalysts, we continue to be significantly undervalued relative to our peer group. Basically, any measure you look at, as I'm sure you've heard from others at this conference, we're significantly undervalued. I think one thing to note is that with 73 ounces of gold reserves per 1,000 shares, we are a leader in reserves per share. And based on our current market cap, we traded only a price to reserve ratio of $44. So summing it all up, Perpetua Resources is unique because we bring solutions. We have a large, low cost and high grade open pit gold mine. We'll offer the only domestic mine source of antimony, and we'll use mine development to fund restoration at an abandoned mine site. Thank you very much. If you have any follow-up questions, my booth is just in the corner over here. Thank you.